Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video we're going to be focusing on the latest hotfix, which was released a few hours ago. I'm also going to be going through my latest VR settings for both the Reverb G2 and the Quest 2. I'll spend some time discussing the latest performances I'm getting in both headsets, as well as share my settings with you. Prior to the update I did some test flights of both the Quest 2 and the Reverb G2, and I've really been working on dialing in those settings. And since this hotfix has been released, I've implemented those settings through some test flights and made some last minute changes before releasing this video. I really do hope this video gives you an idea of both my settings and the performance I'm getting with the latest hotfix in VR. And as always, the intention of this video is to try and help everyone get dialed into their systems using VR effectively. And please do consider subscribing if you like the content, and don't forget to smash that like button. Here you can see I'm using the latest Nvidia driver version 471.96. And here are my 3D settings. Just make sure you've got Microsoft Flight Simulator selected as the program to customize, and you can follow my settings there. If you want to see more in-depth setup videos for these headsets, I'll leave some links to my other videos in the description below. And here you can see I've got game mode turned off, hardware accelerated GPU scheduling is turned off, and variable refresh rate is turned off. And here we are in the Reverb G2, enjoying the sights of this wonderful city. This is actually the Brisbane City Pack by ORBX, and I highly recommend it. It's so detailed and it's so well done. You can see the Brisbane River Run gates on the water there as well. Firstly, I want to say how well this is performing. I'm getting really responsive and smooth gameplay, with no stuttering even at low altitudes, as you can see in the video. You may notice some fuzziness on the buildings in the video, but that's actually not in the headset, that's just the resolution I'm recording at for the video. Whoa! That was a close call. Anyway, I'm getting really good performance all round with these settings dialed in, so it's good news so far. If we have a quick look at the release notes for version 1.19.9.0, you can see that the hotfix has got a few bug fixes. So if we have a look at some of the VR bug fixes, we can see that they fixed the broken night lighting when the render scale was not set to 100%, and they've added off-screen pre-caching option in the VR menu, which is something that I'm using now on Ultra, and I can say I'm seeing absolutely no pop-ins whatsoever, no slow loading at all. So that's great news. I haven't had any CTDs yet, and fingers crossed I won't be getting any. I won't go through any more of the bug fixes as they aren't really related to this video. I'm definitely keen to go back to Germany and Switzerland and try out the new VR pre-caching setting and see if things have improved. So I'll be doing that over the next couple of days. There are a lot of things in VR that haven't changed yet, but I'm really excited to see what's going to happen over the coming months, especially with Sim Update 6 coming along soon, and the plans they've got in place to implement changes and improvements in VR. Next I'll go through my latest settings, which I've been messing around with over the past few days, and I'm really trying to get the balance between the clarity and the smoothness, and you'll see I've made some changes. I decided to switch the custom render scale from 100% to 80% in the OpenXR developer tool, therefore allowing me the 100 setting in-game. Quite a few of you guys have mentioned this, so I thought I'd give it a go, and I'm really pleased with the result. As always, I've got motion reprojection disabled. For me this works really well, but I understand that other people prefer it with it on. It's just a personal preference, and I don't think there's any right or wrong with this. Here you can see my in-game VR settings. I've got the render scaling set to 100. Remember, I just switched the OpenXR to 80%, therefore I use this at 100%. Anti-aliasing is set to TAA. Terrain level of detail is 140. Off-screen terrain pre-caching is Ultra, that's the new setting. Terrain vector data is Ultra. Buildings, trees, grass and bushes all set at medium. Objects level of detail is 140. Volumetric clouds high. Texture resolution Ultra. Anisotropic filtering 16 times, texture supersampling 8x8, texture synthesis at high, water waves high, shadow maps 1536, terrain shadows 1024, contact shadows ultra, windshield effects medium, ambient occlusion is off, ray march reflections at medium, light shafts low, bloom on, and glass cockpit refresh rate on high. Like I said earlier, these settings give me both a good balance of clarity and smoothness, so it looks good and it performs well. There's that guy again flying the river run. Let's watch him for a minute. But anyway, you can see there's no popping in, there's no stuttering whatsoever. I'm getting great performance and good graphics, so I feel like I'm good to go until the next update, but I'll keep flying and keep testing this headset, but I'm really pleased with these results. And now let's have a look at the Quest 2's performance. As you can see, everything looks very smooth, very clear, and I've got to say, my first reaction to this is wow. Especially after the latest Oculus app updates, this is running so well with the new hotfix. I'm so pleased with the way this is running. I'm actually really surprised. I was flying with it a few weeks ago and it was good, but this is so much better in terms of clarity and smoothness. These settings I've got dialed in are working really well, so it's a very positive outcome with this headset once again. So let's take a look at the settings. I am using the link cable. Here you can see I've got my graphics preferences set to 90 Hz and the render resolution of 4864. by 2448, which is 1.3 times render resolution. And I am running the latest Oculus Quest app, build 33. And you can see here I'm running the Oculus debug tool with asynchronous space warp turned off. Sometimes this can get turned back on again by accident, so if you find that it is turned on when you're flying, just hit Ctrl 1 on the number pad and it will disable it. Press it again to enable it if you want to. I find that's a good shortcut to use. And here are my latest in-game VR settings, which work really well along with the Oculus settings I showed you. I've got the render scale set to 100, the anti-aliasing set at TAA, terrain level of detail is 160, off-screen terrain pre-caching is ultra, terrain vector data is ultra, buildings are medium, trees are high, grass and bushes are medium, object levels of detail are 160, volumetric clouds at high, text resolution at ultra, anisotropic filtering at 16 times, texture supersampling at 8x8, texture synthesis at high, water waves at high, shadow maps at 2048, terrain shadows at 2048, contact shadows ultra, windshield effects medium, ambient occlusion low, ray march reflections medium, light shafts low, bloom on, and glass cockpit refresh rate high. So guys, those are my views on the Hotfix and an overview of my latest settings in both the Reverb G2 and the Quest 2. I really do hope this video helps you guys get dialed in and get the best performance you can from this amazing sim in VR. Let us know if you've got any questions or problems and we can try and help you. Please feel free to join my Discord server. We've got some guys on there that know a lot of stuff and can help you a lot. I'd like to give some special thanks to Maverick, Maher, and Chris Pope. I really appreciate their insight amongst many of the other comments I get on the channel. So I think together we can work as a community to try and solve problems and sort things out in the sim together and try and get the best experience possible. Anyway guys, as always, if you like the content, please like and subscribe, and I look forward to making the next video soon. In the meantime, take care and stay safe.